What's up, guys? It's David the Smash fan from Chibi Podcast, and we have
Yo, it's Yaporion.
Japorion,
Yeah.
and it's time for a new review of the newest My Hero Academia chapter 292 called Ray of Hope. And this one, oh my gosh, this one was fantastic chapter. So many big things happened, and we're gonna talk about it because we love this series. So let's talk about Best Genius. So this chapter really shows why he's the number 3 hero. Right? He's number 3? Now I'm confused. Or 4th.
Yeah. One of them. But he is for sure somebody to be reckoned, for sure. In this chapter, you're able to see him show his true colors a little more in depth than that.
And because he can control fiber, he's able to apprehend everyone from the League of Villains, Dabi and Makia, which was crazy. Like, even though Makia, like, right now isn't doing anything, like, to restrain him is no easy feat. I mean, we had freaking the entire, like, I can't remember what the name of the squad was, but that had Momo and had Miss Midnight, everyone there to try and stop him, and they couldn't do anything. Even with, like, the sleep agent they're trying to get to him, did nothing to him. But he was able to at least pin all of them down with his quirk, and it was awesome. And it's cool because you saw Bakugo smile, and he, like, breaks away from Ida. He's like so much for missing. So it was awesome. Like, Best Genius is doing work, and he's for you, Japorion, he's the MVP of this chapter, right?
Yeah, because think about it. Like, he is the number 3 or the top 3 heroes, I believe. But you don't get to see him as much. Even on, you get to see it in the anime, but you don't get to see him too much of it. So I think this chapter actually explains why is he one of the top heroes around the world. And being able to show all those elements of using his strengths really validates that, there is hope in a particular way, but there's another particular way as to why there is hope. So I really enjoyed this particular entrance because he was able to do that. To prove that he's not dead, that he's ready to fight, and he's a lot stronger than people thought.
Yeah, even when Shigaraki is conscious at one point, when he tells Makia to break free, Makia can't. Like, Best Genius is still holding on to him and still pinning him down. I mean, focusing everything that he has to keep him down, but he's able to do that where, again, all these heroes, a lot of them pros, but some of them UA students, they couldn't do a fraction of that, and he does it by himself. And it's not just Maki, it's everyone else that's in the League of Villains aside from Dabi, but we'll talk about him in a little bit. So yeah,
I was gonna say a really interesting, maybe irrelevant, but fun fact about Best Genius. The name of this particular character was actually based on a competition that Japan has every year, which is called Best Genius, in which people do tend to they get to vote to see who has the best style using a gene, and they get a particular prize. Say he's the best genius of the year, which is really cool to see, like, that being in a way implemented into his quirk and the way that he uses that, and what makes him so important and so strong in this particular chapter, using his fiber, and it all connected and makes sense.
Yeah, so he's, like I said, he's doing work. Can't sleep on him because he is, and he understands, like, how important it is to win this fight, because he even said, like, the number one, like, if the number 1 hero fails, like, he's not even worried about himself, like, what he's doing right. He just says if the number 1 hero fails, then everything's gonna collapse. And so he knows that he has to, like, bring his A game and to somehow maybe help Endeavor get back on his feet, because Endeavor is broken right now of the whole Toya reveal. So I don't know how much he's gonna do, or if he's gonna do anything, because he's just broken. And this kind of, as this is happening, we have Nejire Chan. This is also a big thing, who's trying to hit. I think she was trying to hit Shigaraki, and I can't remember someone else. But then she gets hit by Dabi. And now I don't know. And this maybe you saw it, and I can't remember if this is true or not. But she was about to shoot her energy, but then when she gets hit by the flames, I can't tell if she was able to block someone with her energy, or it was just it was just showing it a way that it looked like it, but she got hit with the full force. Like, what do you think there? Because she falls from the flames and she's hurt really bad, and she's caught by Ida. We don't know the state, like how badly injured she is, but do you think she was able to soften some of the blow with her energy, or no? Or that was just...
No, I think actually it was a direct hit from what I'm able to see. Not to mention the Shigaraki's reaction to it as well too. So I think she got like a big damage out of it, because you see her falling as well. So you get to see a little bit more that how strong Dabi is as well, and how much he's able to attack, and how angry he is. All things that are happening, and trying to also get Shigaraki to fight as well.
Yeah, and Shoto, he is having tons of issues. He's having everything thrown at him, family wise. Like, this is all personal stuff that's happening to him, and he's trying to and it made it more apparent in this chapter that he's trying to hold back his emotions. Like, you can still see tears that are in his eyes when he's seeing what happened to Nejire-chan, and then he's trying to fight Toya, and even saying like, we found out that it was Dabi, that the one that sent that killer to kill Natsu, when Shoto, Deku, and Baku were interning with Endeavor. So we find out that it was Dabi who released him, and basically we find out that Dabi doesn't really care. As long as he can hurt Endeavor, he doesn't care how he gets hurt. So he's willing to kill Natsu for that. He's like, I guess I don't feel anymore. And then you see just the difference of power, because you see basically Shoto just being blown away from the heat and the flames that Dabi has. And oh my gosh, do you think that anyone's gonna be able to top him to get to Toya's level? Because it looks like he's on a whole new level we've never seen before.
I think it will get to a point. This is just my prediction that Shigaraki, he's gonna be able. He probably has to go some kind of training to actually catch up to him. I think he's
Toya or
Shoto? At a
Shoto?
particular moment. Shoto.
Okay, yeah.
Shoto Shigaraki. I think he's the one who needs to catch up to Dabi. So I want to make sure that he is. I think he's gonna go through another growing point, for what I believe. But I gotta say, after reading this chapter, I'm really happy about the way that everything is taken so far, because it's taking away from our predictions and building up to something a little bit more, which is awesome.
And so before we get to the last part, because the last part I absolutely love, there's one thing I wanted to talk about. So I want to ask of you a prediction. What do you think is going to happen near the end? Because look what's happening. Endeavor, for the past 2 chapters, he has done nothing. His flames are gone. Like, he's not powered up. He's just in shock. Shoto, I don't know what's going to happen. He's being blown away from the flames. It doesn't look like we don't see him get hurt, or we don't see him anything, but we see the flames like overpowering his. And then we have Deku, who's trying to move, but he's so badly injured he can't do anything. So before we go into the last part, do you think any of those 3 are going to be able to do anything by the next chapter, or do you think it's just going to be done? Like, whatever, like the climax or the finale or the conclusion is going to be done next chapter?
I'll give it another chapter, maybe two more chapters. It's getting there, because I think we're going to be able to see a little bit more of what's coming next from the next part. And I think there's going to be a little bit more. There has to be, like, I think, some precaution in one way or another. Or maybe there's already a precaution, but we haven't seen it yet. But I think that's something that will help the main character, in this particular case, Deku, grow. So that's what we want. We also want Shoto to grow as well. Maybe this is an experience that will prove that he's weak, that he needs to improve himself, and maybe we'll go with some other training just to catch up to him.
Yeah,
additionally, maybe he'll develop some awakening another particular ability for his work.
I would think it'd be cool if Shoto's able to. I don't know how this would work, like logistically. I mean, obviously it's quirk, so I mean anything can happen. But I wonder if he would be able to. I know you don't play Overwatch, but there's this character named Moira who can like heal you with one hand and then can drain the enemy with the other hand. And her ult is, she basically has a combination of both. So she could aim it at her teammate and heal, and at the same time, if an enemy is in front or somewhere near the beam, they get hurt. So she could do simultaneous both things. So what if Shoto has developed a special move where he does kind of like a fire ice, not necessarily a beam, but like a projectile? It's weird because it contradicts everything because it doesn't they can't work together. But what do you think?
I mean, it could work, or he can also have a healing ability. I don't know. I don't think that was necessary, but for the most part, I see more of an attack character as well. So I don't know. I think there's something going to happen for sure to him, based on all these experiences that he has.
I still think they're gonna capture Dabi. I think that's gonna be the number one part. I think everyone else is gonna escape, but I think Dabi's gonna get captured. I think that's to solidify, to confirm a lot of things that he said, because right now they don't know everything that he said in that video is now all up in the air because Best Genius is not dead. So they could see that and be like, oh, everything he said was a lie. So if they capture him, it's gonna be both good and bad for what happens. So that's what I'm hoping that they do. They capture Dabi, everyone else escapes, and then we see the aftermath of everything. Okay.
Yes.
So the
All
last
right.
part.
I know you want to talk about it.
Yes, this last part. I was jumping for joy when I was reading this. So, a little ways before the end of the panel, there are these group of heroes who are fighting these Nomus, and one of the girls, I don't know her name, and I can't remember what her quirk is. She's about to get like eaten or bitten by one Nomu, and then you see like this forearm hit the Nomu, and that's it. And it's just this white forearm, and then at the end you see all the Nomus heading over to Best Genius, and Deku's trying to do something because Best Genius needs his entire focus to keep Maki down, because if he gets distracted even a little bit, Maki is going to break free. And then in true old fashion, you see this little face like pop up underneath the ground, underneath the Nomus, and you see Lemillion come out, springs forward, hits all the Nomus, and he has his catchphrase, power, and you see him back. He's back. Oh my god, I could not believe this. I was so happy. Oh my god. I get emotional talking about it. It's so good.
I was gonna say, because you called me like, have you read the chapter? Like, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm good. Like, you seem really excited. So like, wait a second. And then I started reading, and like after I got to this point, I'm like, oh, this is Whitey, man. That's why you were really so excited. Like, yeah, that was really cool. The way that I think about it when I saw this chapter, it reminded me of maybe like going back to Dragon Ball when there's like a fight and everybody's weak, and then Goku appears in that particular sense. Mm-hmm. Something like that. So I think that was a really cool way for Lemillion to be back and to provide an entrance, and to prove that he is not done after all.
And now here's the thing, like, and here's where speculation comes, because we don't know when he got his quirk back, anything like that. But I'm gonna assume that he got it back maybe a few weeks or something before. I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Because I guess I can't really go based off like Deku's reaction, but Deku's reaction wasn't like, you know, your quirk is back. He must know something. He must have gotten his quirk back. Maybe he was in rehabilitation or something. I don't know. But well, what do you think? Do you think they're gonna explain to us that he got it? Do you think he just got it just at the second it just went through, or do you think he got it a while back? Not, I don't know how far back, but at least a while back for him to like get accustomed and to acclimate back to his quirk.
Well, I think they're actually gonna explain how he got his quirk back, because right now that's something that we're wondering. How did he got his quirk back? You know, he seems all his power. Either A, they develop a vaccine based on the information that they were able to get, or two, which I want this to happen, that Eri was able to use her power and turn everything back so he can record his abilities, which would be cool to see. And if that were to happen, that can also maybe bring a possibility of bringing All Might back. Who knows? I don't think it's gonna happen, but I would like to think about that. I mean, if Lemillion was able to come back,
it also means that Aizawa can get his. I don't know if he can get his leg back, but at least didn't his quirk get erased? Or am I wrong? Is it just his face just got smashed? I can't remember. I thought someone got his quirk erased. No, he was going to get his quirk erased. Yeah, he cut his.
He cut his. Yeah, he cut his leg. There you go.
Okay, so now here's the $1,000,000 question. Lemillion is here. His quirk permeation lets him go through anything. Okay. What do you think he's going to be able to do right now?
Maybe being able to just provide support as Genus is trying to restrain. What's the name of the
Makia?
the big Makia? Being able to maintain Makia, but at the same time, I think he's also going to be able to show some more of his attack power as well too, and showing why is he meant to be, I guess, the first choice for All Might.
The successor.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. So we haven't seen all of what he can do. Like, again, he can be permeated for as long as he wants, and there's no drawback, like, aside from he needs to breathe and stuff, so he can only stay, for a certain amount of time. But so now I'm thinking that he's going to be key to getting Dobby, because Dobby has flames, and as he shoots a projectile, it's just going to go right through Lemillion. Although the only thing I don't know is if the flames, because it's still heat, like, even though the actual flame might hit him, the heat might get to him. I don't know. I don't know if they'll make it that way, but I'm thinking that Lemillion is going to be key to getting Dobby, because he'll be able to at least go through the flames for at least for a short amount of time, and to be able to land a hit to where he'll knock him unconscious.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. I think he's an OP character for sure.
Yeah.
So maybe he doesn't get his powers 100%. Maybe it's only momentarily. Who knows? But it's still, having that ability, he should be able to make a lot of damage apart from support as well. Come on, that's a powerful quirk.
Yeah, so it could be different things. Like I don't think they did any type of experiments on Eri, aside from maybe drawing some blood and seeing if that does something, or having Eri actually perform her quirk on Mirio. The only thing I'm thinking to maybe what's the word, to limit Lemillion would be to have it that his quirk only comes back temporarily, because they haven't perfected. Eri can't perfect it right now. Like, she tries and it could stay, active for a certain amount of time. Like, I don't know. I'm just thinking of something that might make it still a challenge for Lemillion to not be at 100% at this time.
Yeah, that is true. Mentioned, like, we haven't seen all of his full power either. We only saw him like once, and that's about it. So maybe there's more to it.
Yeah. So I can't wait for this to get animated. It's probably gonna be another like year, because it's not gonna come in season 5. It's gonna be, oh my gosh, season 6 is probably when it's gonna be.
Yeah, probably season 6 or something like that. But at the same time, I feel bad for people recently that were disappointed about the anime, and they took away this particular character. And I guess some people will find out eventually about this. But
yeah.
I think it will be really exciting for the people that haven't, that are willing to keep going and continue watching the anime only, and get to this particular point. I think it will be an amazing experience for them to see and their reactions. Because we have our friend, and he's probably looking. Well, he doesn't know this, but once he gets to watch this, I think he's gonna go. He's gonna be full of joy at this particular entrance.
Yep.
To provide hope for this amazing fight.
Yep. So, I can't wait for the next chapter to see what happens. So, but unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. Let us know what you guys think is gonna happen next week. Leave a comment, like, and share this with everybody. So, thanks so much for watching. This is David the Smash Fan.
This is Japorium. Peace out, yo.
Yep. This is Chibi No Podcast.